but not in a wide posture. We're going to pull our shoulders away from our ears, sitting up nice and tall, lifting through the chest. Take a nice, deep, big breath right here. Allow those shoulders to fall away from the ears. On your next inhalation, let's inhale those arms up. Reach towards the sky, stretching up, up, up. Exhale the arms down to the side and begin a slow forward fold. We're going to hang here just for a moment. If you find that you're really tight, you can walk your feet out a little bit wider, bending the knees if you need to, and just soften here. Just hang. Take a couple breaths. One more. On your next inhale, I want you to bring your hands to your shins. Go into a flat back pose. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Nice flat back. And then go ahead and collapse into forward fold. Hands come beside the feet. We're going to inhale, pull those abdominals in, rise up into mountain pose, reaching high up into the sky. Take your right hand, place it on your left wrist, and reach that left arm over towards the right, pushing your left hip to the left, feeling a nice side body stretch here. Take your gaze slowly to that left arm. Release, come back up to standing tall, reach to the ceiling, grab the right wrist and reach over to the left. When you're ready, take your gaze and look up at that right arm. Come back to nice tall pose. And let's forward fold on your next exhalation. You're going to walk the hands over towards the right side of your mat, allowing your chin to hang, your head to hang heavy. Feeling a nice stretch on the outside of that left arm. Walk back through the center and over to the left. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. And then we're going to walk our feet to the outsides of our mat or walk them out into a wide position. Shift your weight into the heels of your feet. Both hands are on the floor. If you need to use a block or a book, if that's too intense of a stretch, you can place that left hand on your block. We're going to open up into windmill, but make sure your weight is shifting back. Go ahead and take that right arm up, right arm. Good. Take your gaze, if you can, up to that right hand. If you feel yourself falling forward into that left hand, push back into the feet. Keep the knees bent. Go ahead and bring the right hand to meet the left on your mat. Nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, open up that left hand to the left side. Knees are bent, pushing the weight through the heels of the feet. Bring both hands back to the floor. We are going to walk our hands out and prepare for down dog. Down dog position, if you need to, you can always widen your foot stance if it's just too intense of a stretch on the calves or the back of the leg. Allow yourself to sink through your arms, driving the shoulders and chest towards the ankles and the knees. You can always bend your knees here. Do what feels best on your stretch. You can walk your dog. I'm going to bring my feet in a little bit closer together so I can get a deeper calf stretch. You preferably want your heels down, but if you cannot get them down, make sure your feet are wide so we're not struggling. You're going to take your right hand, reach across to that left ankle, and look through to that left hip. One breath here. As you exhale, release back into down dog and take your left hand to your right ankle, outside of your right ankle for a twist. Dropping your chest towards that knee. And come back to down dog. Slowly lower your knees to your mat. We're going to take a couple cat-cows here on all fours. I will turn to the side. My daughter Emmerich will stay facing the camera so you can see that angle as well. We're going to round our back up nice and round like a cat, holding for a couple seconds, and then moving through to cow pose. Yes, hold, nope, don't sink your hips, good. Pull your head out, your chin comes forward, your shoulders are down. And one more time, go back into your cat. And then into cow. Good. We're going to move into pigeon. I do want to make you aware that if this is bothersome to your knee, then I would rather you lay on your back and do the 4 stretch, which looks like this. This is 4. You can lift it off of the floor, or you can leave it seated, or that left foot on the mat. That will be your option if pigeon pose bothers the knee. We're going to bring our right leg forward. We're going to bend that knee, if you can, at a 90 degrees or less. And you're going to walk that back leg back, keeping the weight in the hip. So we don't want to sink off to one side here. We're going to start by lifting our chest up nice and tall, pulling our chin out. Yes. Good work. On your next exhalation, if you can progress and go deeper into your stretch, you can either use books or a yoga block and go down on the forearms, or you can go all the way to the floor. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Try to focus on that nice deep inhalation and exhalation, sinking deeper into that stretch. Last breath. Walk up. If you were on the mat, let's walk up to our hands. We're going to roll to that right hip, and we're going to bring both legs around in front of us. We'll take a little bit of a lengthening stretch here, give our hip flexor a break. Feet are out wide. We're going to flex our feet. So instead of pointing them, let's flex them. Take your right hand, and if you can reach to your right big toe, then I want you to grab it. If you cannot, you can use a beach towel or a strap or a dress belt and wrap it around that right foot and then grab with that right arm only. So I'm going to reach, grab my big toe, allow my right elbow to sink onto that right knee. I'm going to open my chest, and you have a couple choices. You can take your left arm back behind you, or you can send it over the head while you're gazing at that left elbow. So we're getting a nice lateral side body stretch, or you're taking a chest opener, but we're also getting a deep back stretch here. If you start to feel any tension, where it's maybe a spasm or a muscle cramp, come out of it nice and slow. Do not stretch past that. We have 2 more breaths right here. Reach that left hand a little further over that head, just for this final breath. And slowly sit up. Shake out those knees. Remember to keep your pelvis tilting forward. So we're not in this tilted position where we're scooped up in our hip, our pelvis. I want you to tilt the pelvis forward. Now we're moving to the left side. Set up whatever you need for that, whether that be your belt. Place the belt in the left hand, or allow your left hand or fingers to interlace that big toe, sinking that left elbow to the knee. When you get here into position, I want you to bring up the right arm and choose what position you're going to place. Either you're here or you're reaching above your head. Take your gaze up to that arm that's over your head, which will be your right. Reach a little further past that head with those right fingertips for your final breath. And release slowly, come up to center. Ooh, that should have felt great. We're going to do a forward seated fold. Here, if you find this is too intense, most of you will be doing this at home. Feel free to pause the video and go grab a couple cushions or a couple firm pillows. Even if you don't need that modification, it feels really good to relax into pillows. If you have yoga blocks, you can stack up 2 yoga blocks or a couple books. If you can't go all the way to the floor, books and yoga blocks are always the greatest option. So we're going to let our feet relax. Again, we're going to focus on tilting the pelvis, the top of the pelvis toward the floor, and we're going to walk our hands forward. So here we're getting a back stretch, we're getting an inner thigh stretch. Just allow the feet to relax. Allow the shoulders to relax and sink away from the ears. On your next exhalation, I want you to go to another progression, whatever that is for you. For me, it's going to be onto my forearms. For some of you, it may just be walking and extending your fingertips out a little bit further. It may be removing one yoga block or one book. Or it may be collapsing your chest all the way to the floor. We're going to stay here for 2 breaths. Begin to walk your hands up. Come up to a nice, tall, seated posture. Take your hands behind you. And we're going to lift through our chest. Pull those shoulders down your back. Taking a nice reverse stretch there. And go ahead and release. We're going to set up for pigeon on the left side. So I'm going to bring my left foot in front 90 degrees. I'm going to send my right leg back. There we go. And I'm going to lengthen that back leg, lifting out of my chest and my chin. So no sunken chins to the chest. Lift up that proud chin, driving our shoulders away from our ears. Good, working, right? Take your progression here. Come down to your forearms. You can come down to your chest to mat. Wherever you are, just make sure you're not pushing past a scale of 8 on a 1 to 10 scale. One more breath, and then you'll walk up onto your hands. And we're going to slowly roll back to our left hip. We're going to stay in this position and set up for another hip flexor stretch. So we have the right leg back 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. We're pushing our pelvis forward, so we're not sitting here scooped under. We're sitting up nice and tall, driving our chest and our pelvis forward. Walk your left hand out away from your body. And this may be exactly where you stay. But if you know where I'm already going, you feel free to go there. The next level, the next progression would be to come down on that left elbow. Notice I'm still pushing my chest out, feeling this nice lengthening stretch through this right leg. Now, if you would like a little bit more, take that right arm over the head and feel that nice lengthening stretch throughout that whole right side. Some of you may be able to go all the way to the floor and relieve yourself off your left elbow. You can do that now. One more breath here. As you exhale, walk yourself back to a seated position. We're going to switch legs, so let's bring the right leg around in front. Take the left leg back. Starting sitting upright, pushing the pelvis forward, chest is lifted. Allow that right hand to slide out to the right side. You can stay there, or you can bring it on down to that right elbow. Lift that left arm over your head. Lift through that chest. Take your gaze up to that left hand. Push that pelvis further forward. Don't sink back in your hips if you can help it. Release. Come on up to a nice seated position. We're going to rock up to both knees, so we're seated on our knees. This stretch is called rabbit pose. It is a little difficult to get into, so I'm going to walk you through a couple steps, and I'll also turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing as well. We're going to reach back and grab your heels of your feet. Then you're going to place the crown of your head on your mat. So holding onto your heels, place the crown of your head, not your forehead, but the crown, on your mat, and then lift your hips while holding onto your heels. So again, crown of the head to the floor, grab your heels, and then lift your hips up, getting that nice stretch through the shoulder blades. Good. Two more breaths. Last one, release. Go ahead and slowly make your way to the mat on your back. We're going to end with our torso twist and stretch. Roll down slowly. We're going to drop our knees to the left. And if you would like to take it into a little higher intense stretch and twist, take that top leg a little higher and over. Take your left hand, place it on that left leg. On top of it. This one on top of that leg. There you go. Look over your right hand. return both knees to the center of the mat. Give yourself a nice big hug, bringing those knees into the chest. And then let's drop them down to the right side. Right side. There you go. Knees come over. Arms are at a T. Look over that left arm. Take that right hand, place it on that left hip for a deeper twist and stretch. Begin to slowly take those knees back to the center. We're going to come into corpse pose and just take a couple minutes here to clear our minds, center ourselves on our mat. Let your legs relax. You can find that you can bring your heels together for eagle pose or butterfly. Arms are resting at your side. Close down your eyes. Just take a couple moments here, finding your breath. Begin to slowly move your fingers, wiggle your toes. Coming to your favorable side in a fetal position, and then slowly making your way to a seated position. Eyes are still shut down. Hands come beside your body. We're going to inhale the arms up, bring the palms together into prayer hands, and lower to the heart center.